Good morning, family and friends, and welcome to the Woke Nation. It's a beautiful day, it's a great day. Also, good morning for all of us. And we are here to enjoy it because we are new every morning, we are new every moment, we are new every minute. So it is our morning, it is our day, it is our life, and we will enjoy it. I want to speak on African spirituality. You know, this is one of the issues I see our people having trouble with. You know, some say spirituality is not religion. Religion is not spirituality. Religious people say that they are spiritual. Spiritual people say they are not religious. So a lot of confusion going on because instead of people using their mind, they want to quote and live by what people before them have written or ordained. It doesn't matter what our ancestors or any people ordained. The main thing is using our own mind to think for ourselves. Our ancestors used their own mind to think for themselves and establish certain things. And they gave back to us and they expected us to do better than them, to be greater than them. But it seems like most of us don't even want to grow up. We want to remain where our ancestors left us, while we're supposed to continue. That is the only way you can respect your ancestors. Continue from where they stop and improve. Make great improvement. Our ancestors weren't idol worshippers. Our ancestors weren't slave owners. Our ancestors weren't evil as the white men painted them and sold to us in their institution of learning. Okay, so there are things we have embraced as way of life, which is actually working against us, like marriage. Yeah, many of you don't know that marriage is not a natural thing. Marriage is a cultural thing. People made up that shit. So whether it's polyandry or polygyny, polygamy or monogamy, it is men that made up all that. It is people who decided, okay, this is how we want it, depending or based on what was happening among them. That's it. People build prison because of corruption. Without corruption, there's no need for prison. People build army because of evil intentions. Without evil intentions, there will be no army. The evil intentions, invading other people's land, stealing from them, raping them, and destroying what they have. That's the purpose of having army. If people were not selfish and wicked, they wouldn't have been. They wouldn't build borders. The reason why they build borders is because they are selfish and wicked. They are not living like human beings. But that's what we are trying to correct, so that majority of us will begin to at least implement these things to affect change in this world. No one person can change the world. It takes majority of people to change the world. People that have one mind and speak one language that's in agreement. They are the ones who can rebuild this world again and bring peace and harmony with prosperity for all back. But until then, you will see many people attacking you for trying to show them how wrong that things we were taught in schools were wrong, or in religions. They start fighting you, calling you the devil, calling you names, maybe because you don't speak nice grammar like them. They forgot that you went to school to learn that grammar. It is not a natural thing to you. It is not even your mother tongue. Like, as you can see, as I speak English, I don't give a fuck who think I am not maybe educated enough to tell them anything. Fuck that. All the educated people has been ruling your life and your land. Show me their progress. Show me what they have done for your people. And for those of you that are always try to challenge people like me, asking us, what have you done for your people? You are stupid, because those my people you're talking about have people they elected in power, people they appointed in power, people they call their kings, people they call their presidents, people they call their governors, people they call their chairmen, or senators and the representatives. So they are the ones that you're supposed to be asking that bullshit. When somebody is trying to deliver you from the bondage of religion or spirituality or whatever it is you believe in, the belief system, you think by telling them, oh, what have you done for your people? And that's why you see people that want to get majority know how to get them. Start spending money. Telling them you will give them money if they can share your post. They will win cell phone, they will get this, they will get that. They will not care about the message you are passing. What they care about is that thing you promised them. And if there is other people that are testifying, yes, they did that and they get it from you, you will see them flocking, because they are like incense looking for electricity, light to flock together. They don't care whether that light or that electricity will kill them. All they know, oh, I want to get that light. So understand that what we are trying, or let me use that word, struggling to pass across, is what will deliver you. But because you focus, you think they have brainwashed us or programmed us to think that money is everything now. Money rules the world. Without money, you are nothing. So anyone that is not speaking about how to make money or telling you this is what you did to make, that person, you just disregard that person. But after making all that money, tell me where Kobe Bryant is today. You have known some rich men, some very influential men. Where are they today? If you understand that this life you are living is worth more than anything or you call your possession, you will live better. They may call it lazy. I recently asked people, what is wrong with somebody being lazy? They said no food for a lazy man is a lie. Unless you're talking about a lazy poor man, but a lazy children of poor man. But see the lazy children of rich man, they have food. Their father provided for them. Their father saved up for them. So all that shit, whatever it is, negative or positive, we need all of them. All of us have it. Whatever positive you see in someone else is in you. Whatever negative you see in someone else is in you. But you have to grown up enough and man up to control yourself. Let me hear this a little bit. Isi pụta na-eri, isi pụta na-eri, isi pụta Easy putana, easy putana, easy putana, easy putana. Ogene, easy puta and area. How I wish you will understand that death is not like something that ends your life, but it ends whatever it is that you claim. Oh, I am blessed with this, or this is bothering me. It ends it. It takes you to the next level of life. Death is not the end of your life. No. Death is not the end of your life. You live on. Life goes on. But, we are trying to see if you wake up. African spirituality, that's what I'm talking about. So please join me, contribute, and tell me what you know about African spirituality as opposed or opposite of religion, because many people keep confusing these two things. Why both of them believe the same thing? But I tried one of them yesterday. I tried to try to show him what I said about Nnamdi Kalu. So in that post, he was saying about spirituality, we have to go back to Ordinala. I say all those things are the same thing. Whether his car is made in China or in Africa, car is car. Belief system is belief system. Whether you call it African spirituality or foreign religion, it is belief system. So understand it like that, and it will help you. So African spirituality, let me see the definition of spirituality. According to dictionary, spirituality. Okay, this is what they say in English spirituality mean, because spirituality is English word, right? So our people, in my language, Igbo languages, we say more or ihe more. No, spiritual is like ihe more, yeah, spiritual, like ndị more. The more is spirits, okay? So spirit is more. So spirituality will be ihe gbasara ndị more, or things that concern spirits. Okay, so that's what my understanding of it in my language. Some people know better than me in our language too, so they can say better. But more is more is spirit, period. So spirituality is defined as the state, quality, or fact of being spiritual. And I say I am not spiritual. I am not a spiritual being, although I am a spirit. I am spirit, but I'm not a spiritual being. Spiritual is what, like you do, what I do as spirit is natural, because spirit is natural. Spirit is not spiritual. Let's keep going. Spirituality is also defined as a religious belief or manner of pursuing a religious life. So it's not in pursuing a natural life, which is the real life we're supposed to pursue, the natural life. There are infinite knowledge in natural life that spirituality and religion are designed to take us away from. We're supposed to know that whatever power is it, whether you can see it or not, it's natural in this world, because this is a natural world, not a spiritual world. That you can't see something doesn't make it spiritual or a mystery. Someone else can see that. So you have to work with those or relate with those that know them for you to understand. Are you getting that? So let's keep going. Spirituality is also divine or defined as the clergy. Often spiritualities, something such as property or revenue that belongs to the church or to a cleric. Okay, so when you see the definition of spirituality, it says the quality or fact of being spiritual. So if you are a human being and you say you are spiritual, what are you talking about? When I was a Christian, I used to preach that we have two nature, spiritual nature and physical nature or carnal nature. And they taught us in the Bible that that's why we have war in us. It's a lie. The reason why we have war in us is belief system, because belief system is based on ignorance, fear, and the faith. Without these three things, no one have belief system. These three things is what establish belief system in our lives. And if you can deal with these three things, I mean kill them, you will see how belief system will just fly out of your life. Ignorance, fear, and the faith. These three things goes together. You cannot separate them. If you accept one of them, you will also get three of them. But if you can trash all of them, make sure you trash all of them, ignorance, fear, and the faith, you will see how free you begin to live as human being. Ignorance, fear, and the faith is part of us through indoctrination and brainwashing. It's not our birthright. We are not born with ignorance. No, we are born with our own mind. So naturally, you are not ignorant. We are not ignorant. Naturally, we are people equipped to know. We have everything it takes for us to know what we need to know as human beings. So we are not ignorant people, naturally. It is when you begin to apply belief system, that's when you begin to say somebody is ignorant. That person is ignorant. And you will try to help that person on only when they embrace your own belief system. That's when you will see them as your brethren. But if not, you call them unbelievers, infidels, demons, devils, antichrist, heretics, all that bullshit or labeling they use to kill their fellow human being for their belief system. So spirituality is the quality of fact. You hear what they say? Quality or fact of being spiritual. So if you believe in spirituality, you have to present the fact, right? Okay. So a spirit should be able, that is spiritual. A spirit that is spiritual don't supposed to be subject to the natural world or to physical world. So you're supposed, as they tell you that, they say that spirit or spiritual, is greater than or higher than the natural. But it's not true, because for you to operate whatever you're operating spiritually, it is natural people that are doing that. You say you are going to a spiritualist. That spiritualist is a human being like you. They say they are seeing things. Of course, they are seeing things because there are also things you are seeing they cannot see. You see things in your dreams that those spiritual people have not seen. We all are equipped naturally to see things. Things you can see as everybody see, and things only you can see, which is why it is called experience, personal experience. And your personal experience is a hearsay to me. In other words, it's a lie to me. If I try to live by your personal experience, then you have succeeded in misleading me. And that's where the religious people, spiritual people, deceive one another, mislead one another. Because you see something in the dream doesn't mean it's the truth for everyone. It's your personal experience, which can work for you, but not for everyone. It is not like the factual truth, just like the sun that works for everyone, regardless who you are. So it is in spirituality or in religion, in belief system, in spiritual things that they begin to, out of ignorance, fear, and faith, they begin to tell us that God is the one that sends rain. God is the one, there is a God. They said there is a God. Look at the heaven and earth, all this world. You managed to believe one God made them all. Somebody managed to program us to believe that one God is all powerful and he made all things. He's in charge of all things. He knows everything that is happening. He's everywhere. He can do all things. We believe this because they started programming us from childhood, whether in African spirituality or foreign religions. All of them believe in God. They say there is God. So they make us believe there is God that sent hailstorm. there is God that sent with the wind. No, those things are part of the universe, part of the nature which we are part of. Nature, it is not spiritual thing. Nature is spirit, and we are spirit. It's not spiritual, it's not spirituality, it's physical, it's infinite, just as we are. Do you get that? So when you're talking about spirit, people made it up, but it's like you can see your brain, but you cannot see your mind. But in your brain is that mind. And that's why God originated in your mind. But it's through your mind you are connected to the universe. That's why the universe can teach you what no man, no woman can teach you, because the knowledge you need to live is in this universe, not in any spiritual world. But it's out of ignorance. What people cannot analyze or explain, they say it's a spiritual thing. But if they travel all over the world, they will find at least somebody that will explain it very well to them, analyze it very well to them. Because that you lack knowledge of something doesn't mean we all lack knowledge of it, or everyone lack knowledge of it. There must be somebody somewhere that knows, and that's why we need each other. A tree cannot or does not make a forest. You need other types of trees to make a forest. And that's how our life is supposed to be. But they have monetized everything, divided everything. We have hierarchies now. You have hierarchy in religion. You have hierarchy in spirituality. So the question I want to ask is this. Is spirituality beyond nature or natural things, as some claim? Some say that it is spirit that give birth to the natural. It is not true. Some say it is a spiritual force before nature. It is not true. So we existed as nature even before we were born. Okay, like you know your father injected that sperm into your mother. Then your mother incubated that sperm and you form you into whatever you are. Then you come out. It is all natural thing. Unless you're telling me that sperm is a spiritual thing, okay. But if it's spiritual, then why are you separating spiritual from natural? Call everything spiritual. There's no such thing as natural then. Because it still requires man, human being, to operate that thing you call spiritual or spirituality or spirit. It is man, it is human being doing other, it is material things doing those things. So is spirituality or African spirituality. And when you say African spirituality, does all Africans practice the same African spirituality, or they have different versions of it? Just as you have different versions of religion. And when you come to a particular religion, they have also different versions among them, or factions or divisions or denominations among them. So, but if something is based on fact, it is supposed to be specific, not with confusion. Spirituality brings confusion. Religion brings confusion. At least look at those people that say they are spiritual people. You see, they're still struggling with the things of life. They can know nothing. A spiritual person is supposed to know everything. You don't need to go to any school. You don't need anyone to teach you anything. You're supposed to know all things as a spiritual person. But the truth is this: no one person, no matter how spiritual you claim, can know all things. It is all of us that can know all things. You know some parts, other person knows some part, other person knows some part. When you come together, you bring them, then you know all things. So, but most people that I see online or on social media talking about African spirituality are the Igbo people, my people. I see other people in Ghana. All of us are one. It is white men that divided us, but when I'm talking about Igbo people, I'm talking about ancient people, ancient Africans, the original people. So that's what I mean. But they keep saying that our solution, or is in going back to African spirituality. It is not true. African spirituality came later. Our foundation, our originality is African science, African knowledge. Spirituality corrupted African science. So it is science we support. I'm not talking about the Western science. I'm talking about the African science, the knowledge that our ancestors had to build the great pyramids and the great sphinx and gave the world medicine, mathematics, alphabet, cosmetics, and all the things you are enjoying in the world today. So no matter your race, creed, or color, whatever you are enjoying started with ancient African ancestors, our ancient African ancestors. It is there, it is well documented, it's not a mystery. But some of you that have been locked up in certain box, you don't even think beyond that, just as Christianity has done to my people. Christianity made us, we think that white men were the God sent to bring civilization to us without knowing that our ancestors civilized them to wise before they decided to be evil against us. They bite the finger that fed them. So they decided to come instead to live with us, but they decided to come to steal, kill, and destroy. And they succeeded. Till today, they have kept us as lost people. We lost our own mind. We lost our own originality. But no condition is permanent. So Igbo people keep saying about ordinary. That's ordinary to us. It's like Onitsha, Igbo Onitsha, or think Enugu people may say something like that, ordinary. But it is ordinala. Ordinala. La. That's something that is ordinary. Let me just break it with my own way. Ordinala. Ihe denala. Something that is established in the land. So to me, I will tell you it is natural thing that we're supposed to be calling ordinary, like something that is it's not something that we are the one that made it, like the trees, like the sun, like the moon. You know, those things are what naturally is there. It's not something you can say, no, we made it, we can change it. No. Ordinarily supposed to be what you meet there, you will still leave that thing and go. It's natural. It's not something you can amend. Ordinary. But I know some our people, I mean most of our people, when they are talking about ordinary, they are talking about what our forefathers, the word they always use, forefathers. I don't like using that forefathers, unless you say forefathers and foremothers, because that's another way they corrupted us. They corrupted us. We begin to separate our women from our men. It is not our culture to separate man from woman. Man and woman always go together. Right? So when you are talking about forefathers, you're supposed to also talk about foremothers, or just use ancestors. When you're talking about African ancestors, you are talking about our men and the women, our fathers and our mothers. Okay? So ordinary, what is it to you? Ordinarily, remember what I keep telling you. Whatever issue it is, use your own mind. What do you understand about that issue? What is your own interpretation of it? What is your own understanding of it? That's how you can live as a person. Somebody that have the mind of his or her own. Not depending on what you read that somebody else said or what you heard. No. You, what do you say about that? What is your own understanding? You say, no, I don't know, but they say, no, you're supposed to know. This is the age of knowing. It is no longer that age they force us to only believe without knowing. You have to doubt it, question it, and get the right answer. And you can find the right answer. You can come up with the right answer too. So when you are talking about ordinala, or when we are talking about ordinala, what is it? Is it tradition or religion? Is it the tradition of a people or religion of a people? So what is it? You can Google it. When I Google Ordinal, let me see. I saved some of the pictures and I said I will share it here. When I Google Ordinary, see this came up, right? So let me. This is the definition I found here. He say Ordinala, Igbo Ordinala. He said it comprises the traditional religious practices and cultural beliefs of the Igbo people of the southern Nigeria. Ordinary has monotheistic and pantheistic attributes, having a single God as the source of all things. So in Ordinala, you have a creator, a God. And what is religion? Religion is belief in God, superhuman, in charge of creating and running this world. That's religion. So when somebody that believes in African spirituality say that spirituality is not religion, it is like a Christian saying Christianity is not religion, it's relationship. That's bullshit. That's total bullshit. Like telling me Honda is not a car, Mercedes is not a car. It is. Mercedes car is Mercedes car. So African spirituality is African religion, according to their definition. If you believe in God, that's religion. You have not seen that God you believe. It is a belief system, not a scientific system, not a knowledge system. It is belief system. Belief and knowledge does not go together. You believe because you don't know. You cannot build anything with spirituality or by spirituality. You build with or by science, knowledge. That's how you build. Let me say it again. African science came first before African spirituality. African spirituality corrupted African science. That's why you see Africans today suffering unnecessarily because they cling on African spirituality, but they forgot the main thing. The main thing that the white men separated Africans from to enslave them. When Africans held on to science, white men bow before them, worshiping them. Because you can't come to a man that is building great things and you say that man will bow before you. No. That's what they recorded in Genesis chapter 11. They saw your ancestors were great builders, building cities and towers, inventing things. They said we must confuse these people. That's the only way we can stop them. They confuse them. They confuse them by penetrating in their spirituality, using the same thing some of our ancestors believe. After they build, they begin to think about afterlife. They begin to come up with some myths. Then white men came and confused them. Yeah, that God you believe is unknown God, but we know that God. He's the God of Israel. That God appeared to Abraham and tell him some bullshit. And if you don't believe that, you will die. You have to circumcise. You have to do this. You have to do that. They succeeded in confusing. Then they stopped building and start having faith and hope in a spiritual world where there is heaven and hell. Heaven for good people, hell for bad people. Can you get what I just said? If you're still confused about that, read Genesis chapter 11, 1 to 9, so for you to see. The people that decided to build without consulting any God, they had no belief system. They have themselves. They say to themselves, come, let us, because they have the mind of their own. They were great thinkers. They have large mind. They think for themselves and they began to build for themselves and began to make names for themselves, speaking their own languages. Before the white man, which is in the person of God, came as envious, as evil, as jealous, and say we must stop these people. The people that have not done them any wrong thing, they say we must stop them. How can they stop you? with confusion. Spirituality is confusion. Religion is confusion. So they use the same spirituality. That's why the Abrahamic religions, their origin, their foundation is in African spirituality, or African spirituality. They copied from it, plagiarized it, and force it on our ancestors. You must accept it or you die. That's how they mess up everything. Burn the library where our ancestors have all the books that have the knowledge of this world, where you can find how this world came into being, how you can find where the pyramids were built, how you can find where you know how you're supposed to be living. They burn them down. Today, you see the confusion, right? But we are coming up again because we still have. You can burn the books, you can destroy the structures, but the mind is still there. And with the mind, we're still communicating with the universe, and we are coming out. So, ordinary is here explained also. It says, Chineke, therefore, Chineke, not Chuku. Many Igbo people don't know the difference between Chineke and the Chuku. When you have Chuku, you're supposed also to have Chineke, Chinta, Chinta. So that it speaks of hierarchy. Rivalry. One year in 19 something, I was listening to, I think, NTA Enugu or ABC or ABS, it used to be called then in Enugu. So it's Igbo program. And these professors, they are learned, they were talking about Chuku. Chuku is the greater deity in the land. And when somebody else come with another deity, they feel that is greater than this one, they will say, oh, that one is Chuku now. That's why you see among those people that believe in deities, they are looking for the one that is more powerful, whether it's in religion or spirituality. Some believe the Christian God is more powerful. You see them convert from Islam to Christianity. Some believe, no, Allah is more powerful. You see them convert from Christianity to Islam. So you see people jumping. Some say, no, the African spirituality is the main one. You see them converting from Islam or Judaism or Christianity to African spirituality. So some people say, no, African spirituality is like Judaism. And they mix them together. As you see some Igbo people still doing today. All those things bring confusion. We don't need spirituality. We don't need religion. But if you're talking about spirituality as natural things, then talk it that way. In nature, we don't need God. We don't have God. There is nothing like Almighty God in nature. There's nothing like Almighty person in nature. There's nothing like Almighty thing in nature. Whatever that thing is, whatever that person is, there's greater one also coming. And he goes, there is time he goes down. There is time, there was time, or I'm still strong now, right? But time is coming when I can even like to leave this, what that may be hard for me to do naturally. Not because any spirit is against me, I don't know. When you get older, you get weaker. That's it. There was time we used to brag. I can go boom, 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 boom in sex. But as you grow older, you begin to drop. You begin to imagine it. It's natural. So when you're talking about African spirituality, in African spirituality, Chineke therefore means the creator or the God that created all things. So in African spirituality, you believe there is God that created all things, which is a lie. No one has seen that God. If there is a God that created all things, and you believe that God exists, yet you haven't seen that God, then you see you are practicing stupidity. Spirituality is stupidity. Religion is stupidity. But nature is not. Nature is science. Nature is knowledge. And nature is the real chi you're supposed to talking about. And that chi has no gender. Nature has no gender. If you want to give nature gender, then it must be male and female. You can't separate them. Nothing or no one can create anything with life in it without the opposite sex. It's impossible. No God can create anything with life in it. So for you to believe that a God created you, something is wrong with you. When you have your parents as living example, how someone can create anything with life in it. Without your father and your mother, you won't be here. Your father alone did not give birth to you. Your mother alone did not give birth to you. It's both of them that came in that union, have sex. That's why religion hates sex, because sex reveals their God does not exist. They tell you God gives children. Have you seen any man today that have a child or children without a woman? Have you seen any woman today that have a child or children without a man? Sex, religion hates sex, spirituality hates sex, because it reveals their lies. That's what I found about ordinary. So when you are talking about coming back to ordinary, so you are proving the same nonsense Christians are saying that, oh, you want us to go back to worshiping idol. Of course, in African spirituality, you are worshiping idol. In religion, you are worshiping idol. But in African spirituality, you are worshiping something better than in religion. Because at least in African spirituality, they believe that they can go through to God, some through their ancestors, some through some other deities in the land. But in religion, they tell you, Christians say it's through Jesus Christ you go to this God. Jesus you haven't seen. God you haven't seen. Muslims tell you it is through what Prophet Muhammad wrote. Prophet Muhammad never existed before. You can those things written can find in other books where they copy it from. You can see it there. Then the Jewish, what are they telling you? They tell you their God is one. It has no form. You cannot see that God. He's Yahweh. He's the owner of all things. All of them are liars. Yes, Christians, Muslims, Jews, they are liars when they are speaking about God, because that God they're speaking about does not exist. So this is what I come up with. I said, to me, ordinala should be what naturally is found in the particular land or in every land. There are things you can find only in particular land, and you cannot find it in every land. And there are things you can find in every land. In particular land, there are trees that are not found in other land. It is especially found only in that land. If you go to another place, you cannot see it. I've not seen palm tree in America since I've been living here. At least I'm getting to 20 years living in America. Yeah, 2024. I will be 20 years in America. You see, I'm growing old in America too. I have not found palm tree in America. Yet you see American Christians, they carry Bible that have palm tree in it. Because those land they tell you that is the land of Israel, land of God, is African land. Where do you find palm tree? It's among Africans. You can see palm tree in their book, but you cannot find it in their land. You get that? So because you're supposed to understand how they read those books to deceive you. In particular land, which is like ordinary. But many people say ordinary is religion, is spirituality. So when you say that, it is against nature, spirituality is against nature, religion is against nature, which is why they're against sex. As I repeat it again. So, but in every land also, there is something that is everywhere, like the sun, the moon, day and night. Is there any land that doesn't have day and night? Every land have it. It may not come at the same time. Like, I think Chinese people, they're already in their night or they're already in their tomorrow, while we are still today. Today is Sunday, but in Asia, they're already in Monday. You see? But it is men that made up all that. When you are talking about calendar, when you're talking about days and all that, but night and day remains. Time comes when the sun shines and the time is set, all that darkness remains. Light comes and go. Then darkness remains permanent. That's another thing many people don't want to know. So everyone is accessible, or can benefit from that because it's for everyone. The sun and the moon, days and night, all of them are there for our own enjoyment. And they also enjoy us because they're taking some from us. Okay, so understand that when it comes to natural things, unlike in spirituality and religion, there is no hierarchy in nature. There's no hierarchy when we live as we're supposed to live. No distinction. You don't say no, this one different from this one. No, all of us we enjoy those things. There is no hierarchy. You don't say, okay, you are Reverend so, or you are man of God so in nature. No, all of us are the same. Learn from this coronavirus. You see, when coronavirus hit, whether you are rich or poor, you must be quarantined or obey the lockdown. Everyone running for their life. The rich forgot their riches. The poor forgot their poverty. What everybody was running after now is to be saved. Stay safe. I don't want to die now. Although many of them believe there is heaven, they will go. Yeah, they don't want to die. They are running from death. If you believe there is heaven, there is afterlife, why are you afraid of dying? Why are you afraid of death? You're supposed to embrace it as a champion. Yeah. You know how you take sex as champion. Take date as champion too. Huh? So the real ordinary is supposed to be what nature established. Real ordinary we're supposed to be talking about. It's like the trees, the land, things we have in our land naturally. They are supposed to be the true ordinary. But when Igbo people talk about ordinary, they are talking about their belief system, which I am not against. I am not against African spirituality. I encourage every African who want to hold belief system to hold African spirituality because that is our own. Forget about foreign religions like Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism. No, trash all those ones. But African spirituality, if you say you want to worship something, you want to believe something, then follow African spirituality. People like me, we don't worship anything. We don't believe anything. We need to know and we want to know. And we are doing everything we can to know, not to believe. You believe because you don't know. You have faith because you lack knowledge. If you know, you won't believe. If you have knowledge, you won't need faith. See? That's how it is. And that's how it goes. So, spirituality and religion brings all these distinctions among us and the division among us and the hierarchy among us. People that have access to how to use herb to help somebody, they want people to worship them or acknowledge them as their power before they do that. They've forgotten that, sometimes they will also be in need. That's why you see people monetize everything. Okay, you charge me when I came to your own, I will charge you when you come for my own too. It's not supposed to be so among us. We're supposed to live as one people. None of us were born with anything we claim to have today. All those things are already here before we were born. We're supposed to enjoy them and go, not hoarding them, making life miserable for others. That's why we have poor people in the world. It's not a spiritual poverty, is not a spiritual thing, it's man-made. But we can end poverty today. Why are we having rich men and the poor men? You're not supposed, all of us came through vagina. There is no rich vagina and poor vagina. It's the same thing, the same door. We came through there. But see, one man we have billions or trillions or millions of money. Why some can't even have a dime? And you said, oh, we are living. We are not. You see how they spend millions in campaign for political office, and they tell you they want to be your servant. And you see them getting richer and you getting poorer. Yet you don't have issue about that because you are spiritual and because you are religious instead of being human. When we begin to be humans and live humanly, we begin to trash all these hierarchies, distinctions, divisions that religion and spirituality brought among us. Okay, so let me proceed. Then another thing they talk about when they talk about African spirituality is Omenani or Omenala. So to you, what is Omenala or Omenani? What is it? What is it? Omenala. Let me see what I came up with. When I check it, Omenala, 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 boom. No, this is Amadia. I'm looking for Omenala. Okay, let's see what I found on Google. Omenala. But Omenala, the word, let me explain the word with my own understanding. So, Omenala is what people do, in their own land. Like you have festivals and all that. Each community have their own Omenala. So when you go to that community, you're supposed to respect their Omenala. If you go against it, you will see them people begin to react against you. So Omenala will be like, the law and the punishment following if you break that law, the law of the land. This is the law, how we say we are living, whether it's in marriage or in anything you are doing in that land. They decided this is how we must live. This is the type of food we eat. This is the type of animal we reverence and all that. It happens all over the world. So Menala is the Igbo. Okay, hear what this person says. The Igbo religion is in Sala. Omenala is the culture, and the ordinary is the philosophy. Ibi ndụ nsọ ala bụ idobe iwu ani, which is initiated by Ntoani. Ntoani is the one, I don't know what is Ntoani actually in Idobe. I keep hearing people saying Ntoani. So you can help me explain Ntoani. But what I hear, I see in this place is like Omenala, Omenana, or Omenani is like the laws that people ordain in their land or establish in their land, that everyone living in that community must abide by it, must obey it. If you disobey it, you'll be punished. Sometimes they send you away to exile or all that because you have violated it. You have committed sin, right? So Omenala and then Sala like goes together with Ordinana. So but this person said that Omenala is the culture and Ordinala is the philosophy. Why Nsala is religion. That's what this person said. So you that know better should explain. But Omenala is what people do. And this man that sang in Pericoma, he used to sing Omenala on Eshoku. Ayamaha nke ndị ji biri be ha. So Omenala is what people have in their constitution. Let me use that, like the constitution of a people. Okay, this is our constitution. This is what we do. This is what we do. This is this. This is that. This covers everyone living in this community, citizen and the strangers. Everyone must live by these laws, rules of our land. So another person said, Omenani is thus the yardstick. Another word for yardstick is standard, right? If I'm still correct, it's English. So whether I'm correct or not, fuck that. But Omenani is the yardstick for the validity of not only laws, but also of all practices. It is the normal or normans or non-normata. I don't know what that is. But he show what he said. The nominal norm that is not normed. But what I get here is this: is the laws, that governs all the practices in the land. Okay, this is the law and this is how we do it. So that's what Omenala is. So Omenala is not religion. Omenala is the laws of the land. What people said, this thing, we forbid this in this our land, we don't want this. So to me, Omenala is what a community ordained for their well-being as injustice, fairness, and equity for all citizens and strangers in their land. They are the one that ordained that. And that's how they want it. If you don't like it, you have to leave their land. In America here, they let me use the word worship. They worship the bald eagle. That's why it's in their in their in their symbol of authority or whatever. Okay, and the dog is their best friend. In America here, they don't eat dog. In China, they do. In some other parts of Africa, they do. Have I eaten dog meat before? Yes. When I travel to Calabar, yeah, I know it's dog. But it tastes like goat meat, but I know it's dog because they eat dog. All right. So in some areas, they eat pig. Some people don't eat pig. Christianity made us not to eat pig. But when you trash Christianity, you start eating pig. Okay, even when I was a Christian, when I come to America, I went to store and buy meat, pig meat. I cook it. I say I must eat it. I must destroy all this mental slavery because I didn't know that I will even abandon Christianity completely like that. So there are things that in some community or in countries, when you go there, that is their laws. You have to abide by. You follow their constitution or their laws. They say that's how you must be. Some people drive right hand, some people drive left hand. If you say I'm in America, I drive right, then you go to London or England where they drive left. You say you must drive right. No, they will arrest you. Give you ticket and either impound your car and they say don't drive again. Right? Until you agree to live by their laws. So that's how I see it. So their tradition and culture that distinguishes them, but doesn't make them, it doesn't place them. Yeah, that tradition or culture, that law, make them different from other people, kind of, but not that they are above other people or below other people. But that's what they agreed, and it's supposed to be for all of them, not distinguishing among them, but distinguishing them from the other people that are not living in that particular area or location with them. So that's how I saw it. So it's in Omenala, you see that in Swan, the do's and don'ts. Like you see in some of them say, oh, these animals, we don't eat it. Or some say, no, in marriage, this is how it goes in our land. Or the first daughter must marry before other daughters marry. So the firstborn must do this, and the others will not do this. So the law of the land. And when you break it, it becomes insal, which is the called abomination. Like my own town, Umuchu, we are called Umuchu Alanso. So anything that is bad, we avoid it. That is Alanso. It is not Christianity that gave us that Alanso. No, our ancestors established that when they made that union called Umu Ichu, which is the call for short Umuchu. So so anything that is bad, like stealing and all that, no, it is abomination in our land. And when you see anyone from my town who is a criminal, is if you don't stop on time, they will kill him. It happens. Or they will die some kind of death like that. So our people are like you hardly see somebody from my town prostitute. Things they said it is insane. We don't do this. They don't do that. Or trying to sleep with another man's wife or that insane, right? But it is people that ordain all that. But personally, I said, why are you saying a man shouldn't sleep with another person or something like that? What if the husband or the wife deny incest to that person? My wife sent me something on WhatsApp, so I saw where they make posts about an evangelist who is talking, sex things with married women. I say, it's a real man. What is wrong with that? Yes, if they agree to have sex with him, okay, it's the agreement. He didn't rape them, right? They are adults. He's adult. They agree. Of course, I say, trash all this religion. Oh, it's an evangelist. It's a fake. All men of God are fake. Okay? They are pretending. They are not living their true life. They are even feeding you lies that white men made us to believe. So all of them are fake. That a pastor or evangelist or a prophet or a bishop is sleeping with the women. You say it's natural thing. It's not bad thing. But it's people that made up all that nonsense. Then you see somebody in marriage, somebody is stabbing him or her in marriage and is dying silently. No. Some men like me, we are here to liberate those women. So if your husband is not giving you sex, I will give it to you. Period. What will you do? You can't sue me. Or you say I'm fake. And so you are putting weave-on or attachment on your head. That's fake. You are putting eyelashes. That's fake. Your nails are fake. So fake, calling me fake because I'm natural. It's natural. A woman needs sex. You're supposed to get it. So if you're her husband, for whatever reason, you are starving her with sex, then the last thing I will do, no, even if I'm fighting with my wife or any woman, she wants sex, I will give it to her because if she touch me, I will get erection and I must go. There is no woman in my life that will say I deny them sex when they need it. No. No matter how I'm a stubborn man, so no matter how I do, I will still. When it comes to that, you know, we're supposed to know that it is people that made up some laws. Somebody made a post on Facebook that sex before marriage is not a sin. It is marriage before sex that is sin. And you see religious people coming against. I commented. I say, yeah, you're right. Marriage is anti-nature. Marriage is against nature. That's why in some marriage they say, like Muslims say, you only marry 4 wives. What if a man can take care of 100 wives? Now you limit him to 4 for your silly religious nonsense. And that man will still leave that 4 and going about every hotel sleeping with other women. Christianity tell you, no, 1 man, 1 wife. 1 man, 1 wife, but you can't have one man, 1 car, 1 man, 1 house. You can't have that. You can have 1 man nonsense. So understand that marriage is men that made it up. But when it comes to sex, it's natural thing. It's not man-made. Penis must enter vagina. No matter what. Penis is not meant to enter anus. Your ass. No. It's vagina. That's why they communicate good. Haven't you feel it? At your age, you're an adult to be on social media. Whenever penis enter vagina, oh, that's the best communication you can ever have naturally. Sometimes you feel something touching your penis like, yeah, they are communicating. You say, welcome, my dear. We are one. Don't mind all those religious bullshit and spirituality bullshit. They don't want us to enjoy ourselves. And you will die soon. All that energy you have, you will go to grave with it. Don't touch me. If my body is the temple of God, and with all that nice breast, you go to grave with that. I used to tell some woman, you are wicked, you are punishing men. This body, you did not pay anything to get it, but you are making men to pay. I like that body, so you don't give it to me. You are wicked. Because the body of the woman is the heaven, and I want to go to that heaven. I don't want to go to imaginary heaven. When I see a woman, I see heaven. I want to go to heaven. You call me fake or call me whatever. That's your business. But your life is evidence of what I'm saying. It's because of your spirituality or religious belief that make you say, okay, no, I'm not going to do it. But you know, you already, your mind say, and you hear what they say, Jesus said. He said, if a man look at a woman and lust after her in his heart, he said, you already committed adultery. So where are you? You can't run away from it. All you Christians that's preaching against adultery, and especially in the morning when you are getting erection, you begin to think about women, even the one you have slept before or the one you see in your church. Their picture come into your mind. You are an adulterer. The same goes to you, woman. When you feel like touching your vagina, you begin to see the picture of some men. You are an adulterer. You Christian women, you Christian men, all of you are hypocrites. All of you. Understand that it is people that make all those things. So Nsala is what is forbidden in a particular land. So they call it crime and punishment. If you commit this crime here, we will punish you. Like in America, in New Jersey, where I am, it is a crime for you to go after a prostitute, right? But in Las Vegas, in the same America, it is not a crime. So it depends on what people want. They made it up. Then if you don't like their laws, leave. If you say, no, I will fight this law, I will do as I want, they will punish you for that. Okay? So ordinary, omenala, and nsala are what people live by among them. It doesn't make them higher than other people or lesser than other people. They are still human, and those ordinala, omenala, and nsala can be changed. Like African spirituality can be changed. I drop it. I support it as something our people made, but I don't live by it. No. Okay. So you're supposed to live with them, or just leave them and go your way, and stop fighting with them. It is their own way of living. That's their own laws. You have to abide by them. So it's better you embrace what your own people made than what foreigners forced you to believe, like in Christianity, Islam, and religion. Yes, they force us to believe there is God Yahweh, there is God Jehovah, there is God Allah, there is God Jesus, there is Mary, there are angels. They make us believe all that bullshit. They force us to believe in them. And that's why we are still suffering today. Because we have been forced away from what is ours. What is ours work for us. Yes. African spirituality will work for Africans or black people wherever they are, because it is theirs. Their ancestors established it for a reason, for their own good, not for their own evil. So African spirituality is better than foreign religion. If you're a black person, no matter where you are, whether in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, embrace African spirituality. If you need belief system, if you need something to worship, then embrace African spirituality. But abandon religion, because that religion is what cemented your slavery. Christianity, Islam, Judaism is what keep you in that slavery that you hate. The people that kill your ancestors, rape your ancestors, lynch their ancestors, burn your ancestors, destroy your ancestors, they are the one that gave you that Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Then are you wise to continue having them? Those things that shows that your ancestors were evil, you are the one holding them. They taught you that your ancestors are in hell because they did not accept Jesus, and they killed them in the name of Jesus. They killed them in the name of God, and you are still upholding that religion. Think about it, black people. Think about it, Africans. Above all, we need to restore our African science. It is powerful. It is what we need to stand as a people again. It is what we need to subdue white people again, put them in their rightful place. It is what we need to end our suffering. You are being rich now cannot save you. You are being religious cannot save you. You are being spiritual cannot save you. At least you see how you and your people are suffering. We have spirituality, we have religion, we have money. But see how we are suffering. We have riches. We see how we are suffering. Because the system has been established to keep us down, no matter what we claim to practice. But with knowledge, we can destroy that system. It starts with you. when majority of us gain the knowledge of factual truth of who we are and who our ancestors were, then we can begin to unite again. Know that our ancestors built no boundaries for a reason. They had no army for a reason. And they built no prison for a reason. Because we are the true people that will restore peace and true prosperity in this world for all again. And we will do it. We will. And see you there. Peace.